So I woke up to this. What the f... Hello everyone, Livo here, and it is currently 6:30 in the morning. I woke up at 1:30 and I'm really ill, so sorry I sound bunged up, but I really wanted to do this video after I'd seen that tweet. That was incredible. Where do I start? So my last video I made, I was told that I did it quite long and to try and make it shorter, so I will try and be really to the point with this. There's only 2 points I want to make in this video. First being this tweet. There's no way that's real. There's no way you can get away with doing something like that. Obviously, before recording this audio, I've had a look and something isn't right. I've had a look and my review is not there. There's a friend of mine who's active on Twitter vocally. His review has been deleted twice, seemingly. And I was under the impression they had to have a reason if you use profanity or you're abusive or whatever. I thought that your review was just that, so other customers or potential customers could make informed decisions. How is this acceptable? What's going on here? Is this actually happening or is this a glitch? What's going on? This one, I'm looking for my own review. Not Gears anymore, multiplayer. 1-star review. If you're looking for a real Gears experience, avoid this at all costs. Try Gears 1, 2 or 3. Campaign is brilliant. If you only care about the story, then this is very enjoyable. However, the multiplayer is beyond terrible. It feels like it's been made easy for brand new players, which in turn has taken away from what makes Gears what it once was. This is a rifle fest now. All match, every match. Games are dominated by overpowered lancers. This has been heavily fed back to devs who at this point don't seem to have acknowledged this. Gone are the days of skill-based Nasher battles. This feels more like a Call of Duty game with monsters in it. At the time of writing this review, the servers are awful. EU players will often be put on US servers, causing unplayable lag and or disconnections. So far, I have both seen and experienced multiple glitches such as being stuck outside of the map in campaign, data lost due to checkpoint glitches, and very annoying audio glitches when using headphones. There's an in-game store which I feel is totally disgusting. The community voiced their concerns as to the price of in-game items, and to the best of my knowledge, I may be mistaken, the prices were then increased. This game for me simply feels rushed and has been an attempt to maximise the money made by catering to new players and through the in-game store. It's sad that it feels to have been at the cost of the enjoyment of Gears itself. I'm happy to have experienced this game though, through the Game Pass. The £1 I paid was well worth the campaign, which again was honestly brilliant, but anything over £1 for the multiplayer and I would feel like I've totally wasted my money. I recommend looking up more reviews before making a purchase so you can make a more informed choice. I don't feel like I did anything wrong with that review, that was my opinion. We are looking for a 2-star review from The Hash. Reviewing the game for a second time due to my previous review being deleted. Yeah, Gears 5 is an empty shell of what the franchise used to be. The multiplayer hasn't worked since the early access went up, with EU having 100 plus ping on servers. Loading times are awful as well for each individual map. All you would really want to pick this game up for is the campaign. I would save the money and watch a play walkthrough on YouTube, or Horde and Escape. Admittedly, Gears 4 has a far better Horde mode and Escape is bland and boring. Lack of content, terrible map design and unfair grind systems to get constant flags and marks is a depressing thing to see in this game. 2 stars out of 5 because the story is somewhat intriguing, but a terrible bug-filled mess. I don't see which part of that went against any terms of service, but I'm not seeing it here anymore. I want to be very careful about how I word this for obvious reasons. I find this to be very, very, very unusual. But I cannot prove that they have been deleted. I cannot prove that this is not just a glitch. But I will say that this is very strange. All I know is people use this review section before they purchase a game. just as people use review sections on other websites before purchasing any other product. These need to be accurate for customers who are about to spend real money. You can't just play around with this, it needs to work. The next thing I wanted to have a look at was the in-game store and to see what they'd done in terms of the new operations characters in the store with that, to see if this really isn't something that ever affects me or ever will affect me, because I refuse to give the Coalition a single penny of my money. I got Gears 5 on Game Pass for £1 and I got my money's worth from the campaign, but if I'd paid that £1 for the multiplayer or the rest of the game, I'd want it back. So, anything like this, it's just not happening for me. It doesn't affect me. But there's people out there who've spent full price on the game, who have got, I don't know, whatever's in the game, I don't even know, it's pretty much nothing. They've got that, and then they're expected to spend X amount of money to get additional content, which in my opinion should be in a game for free, especially something as absolutely meaningless as these flags. Let's see, if there's a player who wanted all of the content in the game, which they've just purchased, so you'd understand why they'd want the content in the game that they just purchased, but let's see how much they'd be expected to pay just for flags. How many are there? Let's have a quick look. I do know these used to cost 700 iron each, which is funny, but let's see how many there are. $73 flags at 300 iron each. How much is that? 21,900 iron. So, to buy that, how much money is expected for that? Let's have a quick look. How can anybody justify that? How is that caring for the community, charging $200 for cosmetic flags? That's insane.